Yeah, well, it's very rare to find an instrument with its original stool, but this piano had been a family instrument, very run down. It's a Ronisch. It was a delight to do, of course, 2 crown. And talking about crown, this instrument when we finished it, it had a trip off to Crown Casino, funnily enough, where they were having a special night, like a sing-along, and they wanted a beautiful looking piano, but something that could fill that big space in that particular room. And this did it just so easily. So it's back safely. Nobody bought it with their winnings. So here it is, lovely 2 crown Ronisch, and with that particularly beautiful tone, of course. Once again, the sustain is just beautiful. That's what separates these instruments from today's instruments, unless you're happy to buy a Steinway upright grand for about $68,000. But these instruments hold their heads high amongst that sort of company. But of course they've got the traditional lovely walnut cabinets to go with them. And Ronisch cabinets, very tastefully done. The Germans were incredible people. They made a beautiful instrument, but they couldn't help themselves. They had to finish it with all the beautiful veneer, lovely brass work, which was a practical thing. When these instruments first came to Australia, they went to little farm homes and things where there was no lighting, so perhaps a kerosene lamp or something like that. So the candles on these were very practical. And actually it's a lovely thing to sit and play a piano just with the 2 candles going. It's clear, it's a soft, lovely, clear light. But once again, beautiful set of ivories that have survived, and we've treated them, of course, and they've come up like pearls. This instrument, typical of many that we finish, has been completely repinned and restrung. New German hammers and dampers and tapes. All the bearings done. So have a little look in there. Ronisch 2 crown. Beautiful instrument, right on concert pitch, of course. Took a little settling in. And its little trip away to the casino set it back a little bit. But I'll be tuning this up soon and it will be ready to present. So that's a lovely 2 crown Ronisch. Don't think that for a minute that 2 crown means a lesser instrument in quality or tone. It doesn't. These are glorious instruments. Certainly the 3 crown instruments from Ronisch have a full grand keyboard, in other words right up to top C, which ain't there. But they're very rarely used, and of course the same workmanship and materials goes into these instruments. So there's a beautiful instrument. It takes someone from student work right through university and do it with glamour and ease. Of course, they have to be tuned once a year, so don't forget that with your instruments. A lot of people think, oh, piano will be all right, let it go another couple of years. Then the tuner comes along, we're faced with raising it back to concert pitch. Well, of course they'll do it, but it's not good, because part of the work of the piano tuner is to keep an even balance, as the maker intended, on the some 18 tons of combined tension on the strings of an upright piano. With grands it can be 20-25 tons. And people look at you as if you're going quite mad, but it's there, it's tucked away. And the great iron frame, in concert with the timber frame at the back, can take that load on their ear. But if the instrument gets out of balance with its tuning, then it has the power to break itself. Like the muscles in our arms have I've heard it said, have more than enough strength to break our arms if they flex or operate in the wrong way. So maintain your piano. whether it's new, old, modest, or something wonderfully grand. And just remember too, I'm happy to pass this on, every time you hear a piano recorded, or you go to a concert and hear a piano, or a beautiful ballad, you know, from one of the new bands, and there's a piano playing an integral part of that, that piano could not do that job without the services of a proper piano tuner. So we're a funny breed. No one else can do this work. It's not a job for a handyman or a plumber who's very good and musical. No, this is a separate craft, and it's still a 7-year apprenticeship, which is called piano making. So keep your pianos right, and they'll serve you well. And this is a lovely Ronisch that's waiting to serve a family.